Welcome to the Thomas Tank YouTube channel. I'm Thomas Tank and you're watching the Thomas Tank YouTube channel. Today is a moment in history. Trump is free. They are deciding to not hold him accountable for anything or penalize him for any of the 34 felony charges in the whole hush money case. I have my own feelings about that, but let's go ahead and take a look at what Trump is actually saying. This is breaking literally right now, like within the last hour. Let's jump into it. I know you guys want to see it and I want to see it. Let's go. We're going to watch it together.
It's an honor to have the press, and these are people that aren't timid. They're not afraid of the press. If you'd like to ask a couple of questions, you may. We had a very beautiful day celebrating a very nice man, a good man, great humanitarian, Jimmy Carter, funeral. And thought it was a beautiful service, and it went very well. And we had some very good victories today, as you probably heard. Go ahead. Any questions, Peter?
Yes, President Trump, just a few minutes ago, the Supreme Court ruled that they are not going to slow down the sentencing. It's on for tomorrow. Now what?
Well, they called for an appeal, and as you know, they acknowledged what the judge said about no penalty, and there's no penalty. But we're going to appeal anyway, just psychologically, because frankly, it's a disgrace. It's a judge that shouldn't have been on the case. He's a highly conflicted judge, and they called for an appeal. So I read it, and I thought it was a fair decision, actually. So I'll do my little thing tomorrow. They can have fun with their political opponent. As you know, I'm under a gag order from a judge. This is the first. This was an attack of a political opponent. And if you take a look at it, I'm not supposed to be talking about it, so I won't. I'm the first president and probably one of the first candidates in history that's under attack with a gag order, where I'm not allowed to speak about something. And they ought to find out what that's all about. And this is long way from president and probably one of the first candidates in history that's under attack with a gag order, where I'm not allowed to speak about something. And they ought to find out what that's all about.
Sorry, my internet glitched out. I don't know what happened.
This is a long way from finished. And I respect the court's opinion. I think it was actually a very good opinion for us because you saw what they said. But they invited the appeal, and the appeal is on the bigger issue. So we'll see how it all works out. I think it's going to work out well. We beat Jack Smith. He's back, I hope, at The Hague, but I don't think he should be there either. He puts people in very bad positions, like giving people death penalties. I will tell you, Jack, he is a disgrace. We won all of those cases. We won most of the other cases, or they're limping along. We've had a lot of lawfare. These are all people that understand what's going on here very badly. This was an attack on the Republican Party. This was an attack on the Republican candidate who just won an election by record numbers, the highest number of Republican votes by far ever gotten. And we won all swing states, 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by millions of people. And that was the real vote. And I said it a long time ago, the real vote is that. And they tried to stop that from happening.
He's going over a couple things right now, but like, let's be very, very clear. This whole hush money case is an absolute abhorrent and injustice of justice, to actually quote my boy Trump over here on it. He's actually quoted as saying, Trump told the judge he believed the case was an injustice of justice and expressed no remorse, failing to take accountability for his conviction on 34 charges of falsifying business actions or records. This is coming from The Hill. I'm quoting them, quoting him. Gosh, what a freaking storm. We have an uprising coming. It is a red wave, and everybody's tired of what the media is actually doing to our guy here. And if Trump wanted to, he could retire more luxuriously than anyone in the world right now, but he's deciding to stand by and help America and America's problems. So what a freaking G. W's in the chat for our boy Trump here. Let's see where we're at.
They tried to stop this election from happening, or to bloody somebody up so badly they couldn't win, and the people got it. And again, we won by the largest number. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. It was conclusive. It was a massive, they say, the most consequential election in 129 years. And these people, the people know everything that you're asking. They've been studying this for 2 years as it went along, and hopefully it'll never happen again, an attack on a political opponent. So Peter will be appealing the decision. They're asking for an appeal. And that's on the fact, on what's going to happen, much more importantly than tomorrow.
Off the top, you mentioned the Carter funeral today. What were you talking to Barack Obama about?
It did look very friendly, I must say.
I thought you guys hated each other.
I didn't realize it, how friendly it looked. I saw it on your wonderful network just a little while ago before I came in, and I said, boy, they look like two people that like each other, and we probably do. We have little different philosophies, right? But we probably do. I don't know, we just got along, but I got along with just about everybody on that. We met backstage, as you know, before we went on, and I thought it was a beautiful service, but we all got along very well, which is good.
In California, what specifically do you think Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass could have done differently to prepare for this $50 billion fire?
And, we have great governors in this room, and if you look at the way their states, I think I can say without exception, anybody doing poorly in here? I don't think so. I mean, without exception, we have great governors here that have done a great job with their states. And I don't think, and you'll probably, if there's a weak link, you're going to find it, and you're going to be asking the next question of that person. Gavin Newsom had an opportunity to have millions of gallons a week, a day, millions and millions of gallons come down from the north. And I was able to get him federal approval from that, from the Department of Commerce of all departments. I didn't realize it would go through.
We're here to hear Trump talk about his actual sentencing. There is some news about Donald Trump and Greenland. If you want to talk about that, let's go down to the comments. Let me know, and I'll make a video on it probably tomorrow or next day. But man, look at that. Trump sentenced to an unconditional discharge. That means that he is not going to be held accountable for the 34 felony counts. That means that he is going to be free to run the country. Absolutely wonderful. I think that we were at a small risk of some sort of something like that to try and get Kamala or someone that's not Trump in the White House, just because they don't want him, right? The media doesn't want him there. Liberals don't want him there. Everybody voted red. So the people with the powers that be wanted Trump gone, but the people with the votes wanted Trump in. Everybody wanted him there. So absolute freaking G. So look at that, Trump sentencing from court. That's 10:13 a.m. Eastern time. That was 2 hours ago for me. Looks like Judge Merchan wished Trump Godspeed on his second term after sentencing Trump to an unconditional discharge. He is formally convicted on all 34 counts, but faces no penalty. I think that one thing we can talk about is that I don't think anybody saw this coming. Everybody got what they wanted. Everybody wanted Trump found guilty on the one side. On the other side, everybody wanted Trump to be able to run his second term, which is an absolutely wonderful thing. This is a mind-blowing time in history. Trump is now the first president who is also a felon. Talk about representation, right? Talk about representation. Trump, felon, representation. We have a felon in the White House, and there's something about equality I'm not... But yeah, absolutely a freaking, what a day in history. Hit the comments below. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'd love to see your comments and I'll reply to them. So let's go down there and have a peaceful, peaceful protest in the comments. Peaceful protest in the comments. That's going to be awesome. Love you guys. YouTube likes to recommend the absolute best video for you, so make sure you go ahead and hit that here. Oh gosh, right in the face. Yeah, go ahead, watch this video right here. It's freaking, oh wait, right there, right here. Yep.